now!
Hello, this is Billy Core from Carolina Circle Mall, and welcome back to Nostalgic Christmas. Well, what can I say? We are here once again with my favorite computer of all time, the Packard Bell Legend 822 CDT. Today, December 5th, 2017, the day this video is being published, was 22 years since my family purchased this computer. Now, I'm lying a little bit because this isn't the very original, but it's extremely similar. It's the same model and everything. As you know, I searched many years for another Legend 822 CDT, but thanks to a very good friend of mine, I was able to obtain one back in 2013, which you're seeing right now. So for its 22nd anniversary, we're going to do a little update video for this computer. Planning on doing a couple of more computer update videos this year for Nostalgic Christmas, including the corner Packard Bell out in the office, and probably a full review video for the iBook G3 that the Flying Scotsman sent me a few weeks ago. So look forward to those, but for right now we're going to look at this beauty, which you've seen many times on this channel, but admittedly not recently. So we're going to take the camera off the tripod and get a better look around. Now, one thing that I have been very proud of as of late is trying to completely recreate the exact setup that this computer had back in the 90s when it was in our dining room. Obviously, this is not our dining room. My mom would kill me if I put this in there again. But not only do I have the computer itself with all the original hardware and peripherals, I also have the original desk this computer came on. I found this desk at Value Village for sale last year for only $16. And I had to buy it right then and there because even though I wasn't planning on buying a desk that day, I knew finding the original desk for this computer would probably never happen again, so I had to grab it when I could. And also, I'm not really sure if I've shown this much on video, but earlier this year I was able to get the original computer stand that matches this desk back. Now, this is the actual original we've had since 1995. My dad was using it for something, but we were able to trade for another table that I was using, and I was able to get the original back with the original computer sitting on it. And yes, I know there's a bunch of junk right there right now, but I think it looks pretty good. This is probably as close as we're going to get to the original setup. The only thing I'm looking for right now, and it's kind of a casual look, I'm not exactly serious about it right now, is the original printer that came with this computer. It was a Lexmark Windrider 150C, I think. I know I found the model number for it earlier this year, but I'm not sure if I remember the model number correctly off the top of my head. I have it written down somewhere. But anyway, very hard to find, obviously, and it's just a printer, so no big deal. It's not like I'm going to be printing an entire novel on this computer anytime soon. So, again, we've got the computer itself right here, the Packard Bell Legend 822 CDT. Again, this is kind of the star of my YouTube channel. We've got the original monitor. I found this at Value Village back in 2011. This came with my old Packard Bell Multimedia F170. Very good condition exterior-wise, but the CRT itself takes a while to really put out a good picture. It has to warm up for about 30 minutes before it looks reasonable. Got an original Packard Bell keyboard, complete with Carolina Circle Mall key, and a Microsoft mouse. I did an unboxing of this back in 2016, I believe, for Easter that year. And I even went as far as getting the original mouse pad that this computer came with. The blue Best Buy mouse pad. Found it on eBay a couple of years ago. Very, very cool. And as is original with our original Packard Bell, we've got a Microsoft Sidewinder 3D Pro joystick. And found this at an antique store in Burlington this past summer. A 90s Pepsi can that I have sitting right here. Why do I have this here, you may ask? Well, back in 1996, for a while, every night I would play Fatty Bear's Birthday Surprise on this computer with my mother. And I would always have a can of Pepsi sitting here on the desk with me. And this was back when Pepsi cans had this design. So, yeah, it kind of goes with the aesthetic I've got here. And not original to this system, but cool nonetheless. I've shown it before. The Packard Bell Fast Media Remote. So, let's position the tripod properly and fire this computer up. Alright, let's go ahead and fire up the old Pride and Joy. Turn the monitor on, brightness all the way up, and here we go. Been a couple of weeks since I've turned this computer on, but there's no reason why it shouldn't turn on. Alright, monitor signal means we're getting the post. That sound brings back memories, but not as much as the sound coming in a moment. Love that! I love that for some reason. Alright, booting into Windows 95. What else? And yes, I know this is not the best monitor I could be using. To be honest, it's kind of a piece of junk, but it's original. I gotta have originality with this setup. If this were any other computer, I wouldn't care, but this computer, I'm a stickler for originality. Deal with it. I got my custom Packard Bell wallpaper. Don't have my domain server on right now, so we'll just hit escape. Alright, we had a successful boot. Forgot to mention something. You may recall about a year or two ago I did have a second Legend 822 CDT. It had a different motherboard in it, different BIOS and whatnot, but still the same computer, I suppose. Well, I wound up selling it to a YouTube user Elmo3 last year. He was very interested in trying out a Legend 822 CDT for himself, and at the time I wasn't really using the computer a whole lot, mainly because it was too different from this one. So I sold it to him and sent it his way. And at the time I didn't need it, but now I'm starting to kind of miss it, I guess. But yeah, the motherboard in it and the BIOS in it was different from this one. This one right here has the exact same motherboard and exact same BIOS that my childhood 822 had, and again, you know, I'm a stickler for originality when it comes to this setup, so this is the one that had to stay. The one I got back in 2013. Okay, enough rambling. Let's see what I've got installed on here as of late. Same old, I have to admit. I did do a complete reformat a few months ago. And, oh, I forgot to mention, this computer is still running on a compact flash card as a replacement for the hard drive. It has a little slot on the back where I can take the card out, copy files over to it, and put another card in it if I want to run a different operating system. More reliable that way, and a lot more convenient that way as well. Also makes the computer a little bit quieter. And here's, for no reason, America Online. One of my most popular videos on this channel is trying to dial into America Online, old versions of it, on this same computer back in 2015. Don't know how that video got so popular, but hey, I'm not complaining. Let's see, we've got Living Books games on here. SimCity, all the Maxis stuff. Works, Microsoft Bob. Monster Truck Madness, Magic School Bus Human Body, which if I showed on this channel, YouTube would have me shut down and thrown in prison probably the way things are going. Bookshelf 95, the Gus games, the Packard Bell games, Packard Bell Navigator, Sierra games, and Office 95. We gotta take a look at Navigator, of course.
Welcome from Packard Bell. We offer you two computing environments to choose from, Packard Bell's Navigator or Microsoft Windows. You may also begin by taking a quick lesson on using the mouse.
I was able to identify the guy that did the voice for the Navigator a couple of years ago thanks to a viewer of mine, but I wish I'd written it down because I've forgotten what it was now. But he was also like a news anchor on some TV station, did a few commercials on TV for prescription drugs. I know I show this in almost every video, but this is what makes a Packard Bell in my opinion, and I know a lot of people who get Packard Bell computers from the mid-90s like this prefer not to have the Packard Bell install of Windows with all the software and Navigator because it takes up space and is annoying, but you know, this, to me, this is part of the experience. And plus, back then, the software they bundled with these computers was worth using. Because nowadays, I can understand why you wouldn't want to get bundled software on your computer, because nowadays it's just trialware, wild tangent games, really bad antivirus software that only works for a week. But back then you got legit software. Stuff the whole family could use, including Art Kid Space.
Hello and welcome to Kid Space. This is the fun place to work and play.
Not really. That sound is the stuff of nightmares.
Working. Working. Working.
Come on, do the thing.
Working.
Come on.
Working.
That is not a toy.
There we go. I'm happy now. Oh, okay. And of course, Ski Free, the game that I loved and hated as a child. Loved it because it was a fun little skiing game. Hated it because of the terrifying snow monster that would eat you whole. Death. Fun for the whole family. Although this guy should be dead by now with all the times he's hit trees and fallen. Ooh, set that tree on fire. Cool. Fire! Fire! And that's where my 6-year-old self would scream and cry. Okay, let's check out a computer game, shall we? Let's take a look at the computer game. Well, I've shown this a few times on the channel, but let's take a look at it again, why not? This is a game that my dad bought, I believe, just a day or two after we got this computer 22 years ago. Sierra's 3D Ultra Pinball. Well, by the way, this is not the original CD-ROM drive that came with this computer. As much as I would have loved to have kept the original drive for the aesthetic and all, it is not capable at all of reading recorded CDs of any kind. And in this day and age where you burn old software from online with CDs, that's kind of a problem. So I had to put a more modern drive in here, but it still works just fine and doesn't look too obnoxious. So I might as well zoom in a little bit.
Phew! Sierra!
My aunt also had this game on her Gateway 2000. I probably played it on there before I did on this computer, to be honest. Right. Play a little bit of Colony level.
Colony table activated. To start bonus events, hit the glider twice. Good luck.
Such a good game. I just always loved playing pinball on the computer because it's a simple game but fun at the same time, especially when done like this. Now the funny thing about this game is that if you play this on Windows 95B, you get graphical glitches like crazy. But you don't have that problem on Windows 3.1 or Windows 98 or Windows 95 RTM, which is what this computer is running, because originality, and it lets me play this game without any graphical glitches. And I've researched the problem like crazy online, and there's just absolutely no documentation on it. We're pretty much on our own.
Target primed. Ready for demolition.
Whoa. Guess that is MIDI you're hearing. Oh, I did something.
Follow that comet, soldier.
I did something, but I don't know what it was. Whoa! That was hilarious.
Target primed. Ready for demolition.
Alright, got the high score there. Game is over. So yeah. And the joys of Windows 95. Illegal operations. Okay, what do we do now? Well, first we're going to take the CD out of the drive. And we're going to do a MIDI test, but something a little bit different, since this is Christmas and whatnot. instead of a canyon test, we're going to do a gotta pick it out first. We're going to do a Heart the Herald Angels Sing test, or a heart test, if you will. Alright, that ought to get the point across. This is the original Packard Bell sound/modem card that's in this computer. Again, not the best around, but it's part of the experience, and again, originality. You gotta have it on this. Now, I'm going to show you something really cool that can be done with this computer thanks to that CF card adapter I was talking about earlier. Remember when I mentioned that this can run different operating systems thanks to that? Well, we're going to go ahead and shut this down. And I've shown this before on video, but I'm going to switch CF cards, and we're going to boot this into Windows 3.1. Once I find the CF card, that is. Haven't used it in a while. So, one moment while I track down my Windows 3.1 card. Alright, found it right here. It was actually hiding under the computer. Again, it's been a long time since I've booted up with this CF card, so hopefully it still works. Here's the Windows 95 card we were just using. Again, I know I'm kind of breaking my rule of originality by not having the original hard drive in here, but this is one of those cases where it's out of sight, out of mind. And when you're using this for a while, you don't even realize you're using a CF card. So, card is in there. Let's boot it back up. Now, the Packard Bell Legend 822 CDT actually originally did ship with Windows for Workgroups 3.11. And then was later offered with Windows 95. The one we got back in 1995 came originally with Windows 95, of course. So, got a little custom startup menu that the Flying Scotsman made for me a long time ago. We got Windows with networking, Windows without networking, DOS gaming with CD-ROM support, DOS gaming with no CD-ROM support, minimal DOS with mouse, minimal DOS without mouse. So right now we're going to do Windows without networking since my server's offline at the moment. Now when we, I've told this story before, but when we first got the original 822 back in 1995, which came with Windows 95, I really wanted my dad to put Windows 3.1 on here, because that was what my aunt's Gateway 2000 had, and I was absolutely in love with that particular computer at the time. Well, thankfully my dad didn't listen to me, and we kept Windows 95 on there forever. That was the only operating system it ever ran. But this is kind of shows what if we had bought this computer a few months sooner and it came with Windows 3.1. Well, here it is. Okay, as you can see, I've got plugin for Windows installed, which makes the program manager a little bit more usable. But it's pretty much got the same software on here as 95 had, except for the stuff that only runs on 95, of course. Open up Works 3.0. Go away, cue cards. You're not wanted here. And why not take a look at one more Windows game? This is a game that I've shown so many times on this channel, it will probably make you puke if you see it again. Putt-Putt Goes to the Moon. Used to play this on this computer all the time, on Windows 95, of course. But I do remember playing this on my aunt's Gateway 2000 when she was still running Windows 3.1 on it, so still kind of appropriate. Head to the Humongous directory and open up Putt-Putt Goes to the Moon. CD's kind of worn out over the years, but still kind of works. Zoom back in.
Hi, I'm Putt-Putt. I'm so excited.
This just feels right.
Mr. Firebird invited Pep and me to the fireworks factory. I bet this is going to be a great day.
Famous last words there, Putt-Putt. You're going to regret that. Alright, let's head to his ultimate demise. Don't use this Windows install that often. I usually use Windows 95, but this is here if I ever want it.
Firebird.
Welcome, Putt-Putt. Would you like to help me make a skyrocket?
Typical GM piece of crap.
I'll give you a hand, but be careful not to touch that lever. It's for my big secret experiment.
Wow.
Just show me what you want to do.
Okay, let's make a firework.
Bright stars.
Ho-ho! The squiggly worms are my favorite.
They're neat.
Putt-Putt enjoys the simple pleasures in life.
Those hearts are sure pretty.
Alright, let's head to the moon now. I say that so casually. Hey, you want to go to the moon?
What a pretty butterfly.
playing this game for 21 years and he always does this. He figured he'd learn by now.
Buckle your seatbelt, Putt-Putt! You're going for a ride!
Wow! Pep, we're in outer space!
UFO.
Hang on, Pep! We're going in for a moon landing!
Get it? Moon landing?
Oh my goodness! I'm on the moon! How will I ever get home?
Google it, you idiot. Okay, we're not going to play through the whole game, obviously, so, we'll, remove the disc again. And before we, close up this video, I want to play a little bit of a DOS game for Christmas. So let's head into DOS. A little Easter egg Jay put in here for me. Turn the page, wash your hands. From Rocco's Modern Life. Okay, we'll head into my games directory. It's this one here. And here we go. We're going to play a little bit of Jazz Jackrabbit Holiday Hair, version 1994, the original Holiday Hair version. And I've said this before and I'll say it again, I do not understand why I did not have Jazz Jackrabbit growing up. It seems like the kind of game I would have loved. But I didn't learn about this game's existence until 2010 when I saw it in a Lazy Game Reviews video. Oops, there we go. So we can get through this level at least. Oh, just took some damage there. Love the music in this game, by the way. Very nostalgic, even though I didn't have this game growing up. Funny how that works, huh? Oh, I'm about to die. I think it's time to break out the cheating. Sorry, folks, but that's just the way it's gonna be. got more weapons. Get away from that spring. Alright, we'll do the bonus level, then call it quits. How about that? I always loved the way this bonus level looked. Very good for 1994. Time there. I'm going the right way. Played this on the Carolina Flyer, I think yesterday. And I wish I could remember what I did yesterday. Before we run out of time on this level. We just got one more thing to get. We need to go to the left, it looks like. If we can make it there, that is. Okay, that's just not nice. Alright, we'll give this a try. Alright, let's call it quits for that. So yeah, that was Jazz Jackrabbit Holiday Hair 94. And, well, I guess this will about do it for this video. This was a pretty fun video to make, I have to say. Happy 22 years, Packard Bell. You know, if it wasn't for this computer, I probably wouldn't be as into computers as I am now. Had so many good times with this computer. Had a lot of fun, got in a lot of trouble with it. And, yeah, this computer was a lot of firsts for me. So, I guess for now, this is Billy Core, signing off. Thank you for watching my video. If you liked what you saw, please like, subscribe, and follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The addresses are located at the bottom. Until next time, this is Billy Core wishing you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.